Joining me now is Jonathan Johnson, CEO of Overstock.com. Jonathan, good to have you back on the show with us. Help us walk through some of these results. We know that port and manufacturing bottlenecks have left little effect on when customers get goods because Overstock usually only sells what is in stock. So what supply constraints does the company even experience at this point in time?
Well, like you say, we always sell goods that we have available to ship. I think the supply constraints are making sure we have enough product in stock. And because we have so many suppliers, we've been able to weather the supply chain kinks better than most have. The thing that I think that's really useful is we don't require our suppliers to put product in our distribution centers. We allow them and encourage them to ship from their own distribution centers. And I think this is important when we're in a high demand, low supply time, and suppliers don't want to lock their limited inventory up in any one distribution channel. So some of our competitors really pressure suppliers to put product in their distribution centers. We feel there's a lot of pushback on that, and it's allowed us to have better in stock. We have a higher in stock percentage today than we did a year ago. Not quite as high as we did pre-pandemic, but better than it was last year at this time.
In this high demand, low supply environment, what opportunities do you see to continue to grow out the business?
Well, we're leaning into home. We're getting broader in both breadth and depth of the products we have on site. This summer, for example, we were deep in outdoor furniture, and we won the market in that category. And as we look to new categories, we're going to keep doing that, try and add categories here and there, breadth and depth. And in doing so, work to take market share in the growing home furniture space.
When you think about the transactions as well, of course, you and I always talk about how Overstock is one of the first companies, the first online retailer to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. Given the acceleration in other coins that we've seen over the course of 2021, has there been any discussion or any plans or anticipation around accepting other types of coins as well from consumers?
Today we only accept Bitcoin. That's changed over time. There was a point we were accepting something like 45 different cryptocurrencies. It really depends on the coin processor we use and their ability to accept. Bitcoin, Ether, those are the two biggest cryptocurrencies. If we're accepting those, we think we're getting the bulk of the market. I will say we tend to see more crypto-based purchases when the price of Bitcoin goes up. Still a very small percentage of our revenue, but something we watch, and I check every week to see what the weekly cryptocurrency revenue was.
Certainly. What's your take on, coming back to home furnishings, particularly that industry, and which areas within the home furnishings market you're seeing, based on the data from Overstock, where has that data led you to kind of lean into specific categories, subcategories within the home?
Yeah, great question. Over the summer, it was outdoor furniture where we did really well. Today, it's living and dining room. Mattresses tend to be a really strong category for us. We've always been strong in area rugs and continue to focus on that. But I think we're seeing growth, and I hope we see growth in areas where people gather. This summer, there was a lot of pent-up demand for travel. I think over the holidays, there's going to be a lot of pent-up demand to gather. We missed being with family and friends last year. We'll be with them this year. And anytime we gather, we make sure our home looks just a little bit nicer for the folks that we've invited.
I'm glad you brought up the holiday season, because we've been hearing and tracking a ton from retailers and e-commerce major players like yourself at Overstock in terms of what this holiday season could hold. What is your outlook for the upcoming holiday season, and which products look to be trending for even ahead of Black Friday and Cyber Monday?
Yeah, so as we lean more into home, we are less seasonal than we used to be. But we still have a good array of giftables in the furniture space, whether that's, kitchen appliances or throw pillows, lots of things that, people want to do as gifts. Less important to us than it has been in the past, but we think it's still going to be a nice holiday season for us.
terms of the ticket prices or price per transaction that you're seeing, are you seeing any rise in the average amount spent on the platform?
Yeah, so our average order volume has gone up each significantly in the last couple quarters. It tends to go down a little bit in the fourth quarter as people do gifts. But as we lean into home and there's this category mix shift, we can expect to see a continued rise in our average order size. That basket just gets bigger and bigger.
Jonathan, always a pleasure to get some updates from the CEO's desk on what's going on over at Overstock. I appreciate you taking the time here with us this morning.